everybody, this is Anna with Adventures with Anna. Welcome back to my kitchen. Tonight we are going to be making some homemade jalapeno poppers. I have some jalapenos here that are left over from a sandwich that we made. It was a jalapeno popper sandwich, jalapeno popper grilled cheese sandwich, which was really good. So we'll have to make those again sometime so that I can share the recipe with you. Since we need to use these, we decided to make some jalapeno poppers. So we went and had to get some more cream cheese, but I found that the Dutch Farms has a cream cheese. So this is our first time trying this brand of cream cheese. As you know, if you watch my channel, you know that the Dutch Farms cheese is my favorite cheese. So we were happy to find that. So I have cream cheese there. I have half a teaspoon of garlic powder and just a pinch of salt because I'm halving the recipe and it called for 1/4 of a teaspoon, so I just did a little pinch for about 1/8 of a teaspoon. I'm going to mix that together, which my cream cheese is at room temperature, with 1/4 cup of, this is sharp cheddar cheese. This is the Dutch Farms sharp cheddar cheese. The recipe actually called for pepper jack cheese, but I don't have any shredded pepper jack. There's my Dutch Farms extra sharp cheddar cheese that I put in there. And then the recipe also calls for some bacon, 4 strips for the whole recipe. I just used 2 strips that I already had cooked up and I cut it up, so that's what I'm going to be putting into my bowl as well. Okay, I set you down, I changed the camera angle. I set you down, I'm going to put my bacon into my bowl, and I just chopped it up crudely. I'm not real good at chopping and dicing and slicing I'm not too bad at, but chopping and dicing I am terrible at. So this bacon has been in the refrigerator. It is cold, but it's not really going to matter because it's going to be cooked. Is this my clean fork? Looks like it. Alright, so like I said, my cream cheese is room temperature. You can use a mixer to do this. That's what the recipe recommends, but I'm just going to mix it all together by hand. I don't know if that's going to be enough for all my jalapenos or not. Some of those jalapenos are kind of big. If not, we'll just make some more. Okay, that looks kind of yummy and mixed up. I don't see any powder on the bottom of my bowl from the salt or the garlic powder. So I'm going to say this is mixed up pretty good. So I'm going to set this aside and we are going to slice up our jalapenos. And this is just bacon residue. I'm not gonna worry about it. Let me wash these jalapenos real quick. Alright, so yeah, some of these are huge. This is a normal sized one, so yeah. I don't know how the best way for them to lay is going to be. Oh well. We're just gonna cut them. And I recommend I don't do it, but because I know these are not very hot jalapenos. But if you're going to use jalapenos, I recommend that you not touch your face. And it might be a good idea to use gloves, but we used these the other night and they are not hot. So there's that. And what I do to clean these out is I just take a regular spoon. And just clean it out like that. Super simple. Sometimes starting at the bottom is easier than starting at the top. Just like that. So I'm going to go ahead and finish cutting the rest of my jalapenos, and I will be back when it's time to stuff them. Okay, I have all of my peppers cleaned out. Yes, there are still a few seeds, but honestly, I can't even smell jalapeno on my hand. It's not even burning my hands. Like I said, these are very mild. But we're not supposed to be touching our face right now anyway, right? So the next thing we're going to do is see how accurate this recipe is on the cream cheese filling. So I got the same teaspoon here. I rinsed it off that I cleaned out my peppers with. So we're going to start filling these jalapenos. Like I said, if I don't have enough, then I will just make some more cream cheese filling. That looks delicious. Set that aside and we'll fill another one. This is a big one. Yummy. Now I can tell just by looking at how much cream cheese filling is left, I'm going to need to make some more because that's enough to fill one, maybe two more halves. So I'm going to finish this up and make a little bit more so that I can finish stuffing the rest of my peppers. And I will be back when they're all done being stuffed. Okay, I got all my jalapenos filled up. I went ahead and made another batch with the same measurements. So basically I made the full batch of cream cheese stuff. I do have a little bit left over, so we will probably just eat this. But the next thing the recipe says to do, and I don't know why, so I'm not going to do it, is to put some like cooking spray or something on top of your cream cheese. I'm not sure why they're doing that, so I'm not going to do it. And there are some ingredients that I am not adding to mine that they added to theirs. Okay, I had a little interruption, but I believe I was saying that the recipe says to put cooking spray on top of the jalapenos. I'm not sure why. So I'm not going to do that because I know the cream cheese probably won't melt and run out. So the next thing I'm going to do is I have some homemade breadcrumbs. And if you haven't seen that video, I will make sure and link it down in the description box below. We made our own homemade breadcrumbs from some heels of bread that we had. So I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of breadcrumbs on top of each of my jalapeno poppers. And I do have this on a smaller cookie sheet. This is a half size cookie sheet. And I do have some parchment paper in the bottom of it, just for easy cleanup. And I did not put my breadcrumbs through a food processor. I just smashed them by hand. Honestly, a food processor would be much easier to break them up. So, let's see. And by the way, these taste so much better than store-bought, so definitely go check that recipe out. Like I said, I will put a link to it in the description box below. I will also link to this recipe in the description box, but like I said, I did not follow the recipe exactly. I don't have as many jalapenos. I used more cream cheese than they did. I'm guessing because my jalapenos were larger than what the original recipe creator used. So I'm going to go put this in my oven, which is set at 350. I believe the recipe says 20 minutes or until your jalapenos are soft. I have a convection oven, so my time might be a little bit different than that. And I will be back when these come out of the oven. Okay, here we have it, fresh out of the oven. Don't those look delicious? I'm going to let these cool a little bit, and then we will be trying them, and I will let you know what we think. I want to thank everybody for watching, and be watching for my next video or adventure, whatever it may be.